Welcome to Underworld UK, where Britain's darkest stories are brought to light. From the gritty streets of gangland London, Liverpool, Manchester and Birmingham, from Curtis Warren to the Cray twins to county lines and modern day true crime, we cover everything. Bringing you new videos every week. Subscribe so that you'll be notified when the next video is put out.
A man and woman were left seriously injured after police responded to reports of a stabbing in Smethwick. West Midlands Police said it was investigating after a man and woman were found near the junction of St Mary's Road and Bearwood Road in Smethwick around 1:45 a.m. on Thursday morning. The force said they were taken to hospital and that inquiries into what had happened were taking place, with a cordon around the entrance to St Mary's Bearwood Church visible throughout the day. There are also police officers at the two entrances and a blue tarpaulin seen on the ground, while a member of the West Midlands Police forensics team was working at the scene and photographing evidence, including a hammer found on the ground. The incident is the latest to happen in the area, following on from a man being left with serious leg injuries after being shot on Bearwood High Street on Wednesday, and with two major incidents in the last month alone. Here are the details of that incident. A 19-year-old man remains in hospital with serious leg injuries following a shooting in Smethwick in the early hours of Wednesday morning. Emergency services were called to Bearwood Road at around 1:30 a.m. on Wednesday, March 11th, where the man was found with gunshot wounds. He was treated at the scene by paramedics before being taken to hospital, where he remains under arrest on suspicion of violent disorder. An 18-year-old man also remains in police custody after being arrested on suspicion of violent disorder. A third man, aged 20, who had also been arrested on suspicion of violent disorder, has since been released with no further action. The stabbing in Smethwick, which happened just a day after another scary incident on the same road. The violence erupted on Bearwood Road, yards from where a man was shot in the leg almost exactly 24 hours before. The area around the scene remained cordoned off hours later, with inspectors from West Midlands Police checking the scene and a blue tarpaulin outside Reggae Kitchen Jamaican takeaway, while officers and cars kept a visible presence in the area. But just 1 month earlier, in the same area, a young lad was sadly murdered. 3 people were left with injuries following a disorder on Bearwood High Street on February 11th, with 3 men arrested on suspicion of assault, while the murder of Zishan Afzal at the Jamia Masjid Mosque on Oldbury Road on February 20th has seen 7 people arrested in connection. Police have charged 7 teenagers with murder so far. Zishan Afzal was stabbed in Smethwick outside Jamia Masjid on Oldbury Road shortly before 9 p.m. on February 20th. In addition, 3 boys were arrested on Wednesday morning, 1 aged 13 and 2 aged 17, on suspicion of murder. West Midlands Police said it is continuing to appeal for information, with members of the public urged to submit mobile phone or dashcam footage. A spokesperson for the force added, "You can also contact us on 101, quoting log number 4896 of February 20th. Police charged a 17-year-old boy with murder on Tuesday, meaning 7 in total have been charged. It was an incident which has left locals with feelings of shock at what had happened, but also a feeling of having seen it before. The incident, which has since seen 3 men arrested on suspicion of violent disorder, is the latest to happen in the area, with 2 major incidents in the last month alone. Police arrested 3 men following the shooting, which happened at around 1:30 a.m. on Wednesday. Detectives from West Midlands Police are continuing inquiries to establish exactly what happened. And just 1 day later, they're now hunting for a knifeman after a man in his 30s was stabbed on St Mary's Road at the junction with Bearwood Road. Officers have assured locals that a visible presence will remain in the area following the worrying incidents. There's no indication from West Midlands Police whether or not the two are linked. A spokesperson for the force told Black Country Live, "We are investigating after a man was found with serious injuries near to the junction of St Mary's Road and Bearwood Road in Smethwick. We were called to reports of a stabbing at around 1:45 a.m. today. A man in his 30s was taken to hospital with serious injuries, where he remains. Inquiries are ongoing to establish exactly what happened. We understand the concern in the community following incidents this week. We are maintaining a visible presence in the area and will be carrying out reassurance patrols. Officers are appealing for anyone who witnessed the incident or has information to come forward.